Welcome back to Contest to Speed.
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 Contest of speed.
It's been 2 seasons since we've been here in the Styrian Alps of Austria at the Red Bull Ring. Welcome back to Contest to Speed. I'm your host, Electric Entree, joined in the booth by Rob's Boy. We're here to bring you some more of that sweet, hot AM1 action. We've got drivers coming out of the pits on track. Last time we raced here was season 14 in the AM1 Championship. Mindset picking up a P3. Puck's F1, I think he had a P11 here, out of the points the last time we raced. He'll be looking to redeem himself tonight as the championship battle heats up. Just as a little reminder here, we'll throw up the previous race results for you. Mindset getting the win. Silent Apex and Pucks on the podium, joining him there. Here we can see our constructor battle heating up. Red Bull Racing, 28 points. 2 points above Mindset and the Mercedes. 2 points above Mindset and the Williams. Mercedes down there, 15 points. Aston Martin with 12. We've got a championship battle heating up now. That's your constructors. Here's your drivers, where they stand. Toss, Mindset getting the win. Silent Apex, Pucks, Cam Tizzle, J Supreme, your top 5. Pablo Play sitting just outside in P6 there. Very tight grid as we saw last week. And we're here to bring you some more action. So we got drivers on track. Squirt in the Alpine. A 104.1 to start us off here. And speaking of, we do have a poll prediction going now. Over under of a 104.1. We're getting dangerously close already on lap 1. Get your predictions in. But we're on board now. Cam Tizzle on his out lap. We've got just under half the grid same times. 104.154 is the time to beat from Squirt in the Alpine. You see Cam letting him by. I think I kind of skipped over it actually earlier, but I did want to mention joining the booth by Rob's Boy. Rob, how are we doing tonight?
Much better than last week.
That's great.
That's for sure.
I'm glad to hear it. We had a kind of a rough outing all around. We struggled here to get the race going for AM1. We struggled a little bit on the broadcast, getting the rush shaken off. I think we're back and better than ever. We're getting ready to see some great racing here. Rob's excited. I'm excited. Hopefully you all are excited as well. Rob, anything in particular you're looking forward to tonight, or anything you're going to keep an eye on here on track during this race?
I really hope Pablo does get a podium with me in the box here.
Looking for the.
I don't know. I might curse him though.
There's always that chance. We do have from time to time have reveled in Pablo's misfortune. However, being the broadcasting, we are supposed to be fair and balanced, like Fox News. Anyway, here we are, 104.1, still good from Squirt. His teammate joined him there in P2. It's a front row lockout for Alpine at the moment. Cam Tizzle coming around now. Puck's F1 though, fastest lap, a 104.0. He puts that Mercedes first, jumping ahead of the Alpines. We're on board with Cam as he comes through Sector 3. This corner complex here, very easy to go off if you're not careful. using all the track available to him. Cam's going to cross the line here. P7, a 104.6. And Rob, I don't know about you, but it's crazy to me how close all these lap times are. Everybody but one driver so far is in the 104s. F1 Bacon in that V car, he's a 105.1, and not by much.
Yeah.
Very, very tight grid here tonight. Let's jump down here. Chubb Tucker, he's on a hot lap coming through Sector 2 now. Got that Haas rocking and rolling.
Also, already under EU1 pole time.
Under the EU1 pole time. I think it's been a while since we've seen that in AM1. So we are cooking tonight already here in Austria. Chubb coming around now. Had a good line through that last turn. Let's see where he goes. He's going to cross the line, P16, a 105.2. It's going to put Chubb P16. We've got 19 drivers on track tonight. We've got 11 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the qualifying session. And we are rocking and rolling. Bottom three yet to set a time. Mindset, Jay Supreme and Stubley. Everybody in this tier has great pace, as you can see by how tight the times are. We know these three yet to set a time down here. They have great pace as well. Excited to see what comes of it. We'll jump on board here. Mindset crossing over, starting his lap now. A 104.2 on his out lap. I don't know if that's correct or not. That seems a little fishy to me. I think the game kind of bugged out there. Get a little live speed action going. 16 seconds through Sector 1. He's got a purple Sector 1 coming into Sector 2 now. That very tight hairpin. I expect we'll see a lot of carnage there tonight. Especially in the opening laps of this race. Oh, a big braking zone there. Very easy to get bunched up. Midway through Sector 2 now, Mindset. He's flying through here. He's got that Williams rocking and rolling. Purple Sector 2 to go with his purple Sector 1. 44 seconds. Time to beat right now. Pucks has it. A 104.2. 104.0, sorry. 104.023 is the time to beat. Here comes Mindset around the penultimate corner. The final corner. Just on the edge of grip. You see that back end kicking out just a little bit. He's going to cross the line on 104.1. It's going to put him a 10th behind Pucks. That's Pucks, Mindset, Squirt, your top three. You want DB the best. Put that McLaren P4. Huge lap from him with a 104.3. Jay Supreme has set a lap 105.1. We've got Stubley down there in the Ferrari. He's the last one to set a lap tonight. Got the Ferrari through Sector 3 here. Let's see how he does. He's in the 104s, 104.5. P10 for Stubley, right on the cusp of points. Not that it matters at the very beginning, I guess. Although the better you qualify, the better your race will be. That's my Will Buxton impression for the night. Reporter for the pit lane, Pablo says, dry all the way tonight. Dry race. Not looking to have any weather. We'll see if that holds up, but that is the reports coming in now. Squirt was our provisional pole sitter with a 104.1. He set a great lap on his first lap around. Here he comes now. 103.8. We are in the 103. Squirt retaking that pole position. That Alpine is on fire tonight. The setup is dialed. And he's reclaimed his spot at the top of the list. Beating out Pucks by, what was that, 13 thousandths of a second? 13 hundredths of a second? Pucks and Mindset going to have some work cut out from them. The rest of the grid, really. The McLarens are back together, though. Pablo plays, overtaking his teammate DB the best. Putting Pablo P4, DB P5. We'll jump down here now. That second Alpine. Baby, he had a 104.3. It was a Alpine front row. Baby coming through Sector 2 now. He's got a purple Sector 2. He's down a 10th on his time. That'd put him at a 104.2, which would be good enough for P4. Still 1 sector to go. Here he comes. Down 185 on his time. That's a 104. Excuse me. Ooh, 104, 139. Ivy, P6. Not able to rejoin his teammate on the front row. Who else we have out? F1 Bacon on a lap now. He's invalidated. Does he go in the pits or does he start another outlap? And he is going for it. We'll jump on board with F1 Bacon here. Newcomer to the lead. And Bacon's down almost 2/10 through Sector 1. He's at a 105.1 currently. Him and Chubb Tucker the only two outside of the 104s. One driver in the 103s, 2 drivers in the 105s. That leaves us 14 drivers. 16 drivers in the 104s. Very tight grid. Bacon's still up on his time from through Sector 2. He's down almost 2/10 still. And that would bring him up around with Orlando's pace, his teammate in the other V car. And he's invalidated through the last turn. Unfortunate. That would have been a 104.5. He was flying through there. That would have moved him up P13 almost, I think. Would have been right 13 or 14. But he's invalidated in the final corners. Very easy to do. Here comes Orlando. He's improved his time. He's a P14 now with a 104.6. Let's see who else is out here. Silent Apex crossing the line. He's invalidated. He's going for his hot lap now. Looking to get a tow from the driver ahead. That's a Haas. I'm not sure which one. Is it Chubb? It is Chubb. He's going to let Apex by him. We see him go by right there. We'll jump right back to him. Into Sector 2 now. He's invalidated.
Missing a left end plate.
Who is he?
Mindset. He's missing his left end plate. He's going into the pits now.
Damage from Mindset. He's invalidated. Going into the pits. He's now down to P4. Lead the follower. Jumping over him as well. So Squirt, Hux, lead the follower. Mindset. Meta Kestrel P5. Top 5 so far. Not much left in this qualifying session here. Let's see, DB the best on track now. We'll jump to him. He's it's not an outlap, but something's happened here. He's way up on his time. Is he going to pits? No, he's going to start a hot lap here. So we'll ride along with DB. The McLarens very close together so far. Look at this. P8, P9. Pablo and DB the best separated by 1/1000th of a second. Pablo pulling out on his outlap now just ahead of DB. Maybe trying to give a tow through this DRS section here. We'll see what happens. Pablo's got the wing open. He's giving his teammate a tow. Great teamwork from the McLarens. Now DB through Sector 2. Just slightly slower than he wants to be. He's got 1 sector to improve his time now. An improvement of 0.002 would put him above his teammate in P9. An improvement by 0.03 would put him up to P8. And DB the best, 96,000ths of a second slower than his best. He's going to remain P10 for now. But his teammate Pablo plays. Starting out his lap now, and then now they're going to swap positions. DB giving Pablo the tow through Sector 1. Pablo setting up purple Sector 1 here. 198 miles an hour top speed coming into turn 5 here. As Pablo makes his way to the end of Sector 2. And that's a purple Sector 2 for Pablo. He's down 2/10. Huge improvement here. That'd be a, that puts him on pace for a 104.1, 104.0, which would move him up to around somewhere between P3 and P7.
E3.
And he goes P3 with a 104.035, just behind Hux in P2. Decent lead above Lead the Follower in P4. And here comes Lead the Follower now. He's got a purple Sector 3 as he starts his lap. Looks like he's letting it by. This is going to be an aborted lap for Lead the Follower. See, we've rode along with Cam Tizzle before. Let's see, who have we not rode with? Try and check somebody out. Male Carton, let's see what he's up to. And that second Haas. The Haas boys, staying true to life. Looks like they're struggling a bit in this qualifying session. We've got 59 seconds left. Just under a minute to improve their positioning. And Male Carton through Sector 2 now. He killed it last season in AM2. Got promoted to AM1. And through Sector 2, here he comes to the end now. We'll see how is he done. He's down 2/10. Two-tenth improvement, good enough to move him into the 13-14 range. 13 through 15 range. As he comes through Sector 3 to the end here. A 104.3, he's improved by 0.4 of a second. That moves him up P12. P12 for Mel Carton. Chuck Tucker improving on his time. He's moved up to P18. The 104.9. F1 Bacon there, P19 in that V car. The last driver to, the only driver out of the one, slower than a 104 now. He's on a lap. This is going to be his last one either way. He comes around the final turn. Getting just a little loose of that rear end. And he's in the 104s, 104.7. Improving by 3.5 tenths. That puts him P17. Jumping, leapfrogging back over Chubb Tucker and Jay Supreme. Faibi, 103.890, tying his teammate, both the Alpines, with a 103.890. Absolutely incredible. Mindset going pole, the 103.811. There at the last minute. Chubb Tucker coming in. Him and his teammate Mel Cart now. The last two on track, I believe. And that should be everybody done. We've got Cam Tizzle coming in the pits. Lead the Follower, some good salt. Have retired from the qualifying session. So this, what we're looking at here on the leaderboard should be our order to start the race tonight. And while we wait on that, I'm going to go ahead and get our prediction cleared out here. Everybody bet the under, so nobody really wins. I think your points just get returned to you. But here we go, Rob. You wanna take us through the qualifying order here for tonight?
I'd love to. You've got Mindset on pole. Right behind him is Squirt, Vibibi. Puck's got his workout to do in P4 to catch up. Kryptonic. Pablo 6th, Lead the Follower 7th, Cam Tizzle 8th, Metakestrel 9th, and Some Good Salt rounds up the top 10 with DB the best in 11th, Mail Carton 12th, Silent, Formula It, Stubbly, Orlando, F1 Bacon, Jay Supreme, and Chubb Tucker rounds out the grid.
Rounding out the grid, and that was, I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm still impressed how tight the qualifying was. In that, like how tight the times were. Everybody in the one. I mean, I think maybe just barely over a second between 19 drivers on the grid. Incredible how tight the AM1 championship is this season. with that being said, we're gonna play our little season 16 trailer for you while these drivers get their strategy set. We'll have another prediction coming up here shortly as well, so keep an eye on the cost bets announcements. And we'll be joining you shortly back here in Austria for the AM1 Championship here on Contest of Speed. Welcome back to Contest of Speed.
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 Welcome back to Contest of Speed. I'm Electric Entre, joined the booth with Rob's boy. We're still waiting on drivers to get their strategy set, get their tire strategy, fuel load set, maybe some last minute front wing changes. But as we wait on that, Rob, after watching the qualifying, any predictions for tonight's race?
Not that I can think of at the moment. But Puck definitely has his work cut out for him if he wants to catch up to mindset there.
Yeah, Puck's with a P4 in that qualifying session. He'll be starting row 2. Mindset very rapid. Puck's very rapid. But, I mean, the one-lap pace shown in that qualifying, I mean, I think you could say that about anybody on this grid tonight. Even the slowest car on the grid was still within a second or just over a second away from pole. It's a toss-up. But here we go. They're on the grid. We've got 5 red lights. And we are off here in Austria. Squirt getting a great reaction. A great jump there. Mindset. Taking the lead, getting a good jump. 4/10 in the lead now. Mindset, Squirt, Puck's F1. Puck's up to P2. They go wheel to wheel through there. The two Alpines are now down to 3 and 4. Puck's into P2. He's chasing Mindset down. The Alpines are not going to let that go easily. Halfway through lap 1 now. Mindset, Puck's, Vaibi, Squirt, Kryptonic Swing, your top 5. Pablo plays just outside the top 5 in P6. Cam Tizzle lead the follower. Aston Martins are 7 and 8. Some good salt P9 Metakestrel rounding out the top 10. Mindset with almost a full second gap already as he crosses the start-finish line to start lap 2. DRS will be enabled this lap. And Pucks has lost DRS already for Mindset. Mindset absolutely rapid out here. And Pucks is going to be vulnerable to the Alpines behind. They're both pretty close. Not close enough through that DRS, though. Actually, I don't know if they had DRS yet or not. They will this time, I believe. Yes, the wings are open. Squirt chasing Pucks down on the race to turn 5. I don't think he'll be close enough. They won't be. A little bit of lock up there. Meanwhile, Vaibi, P5 there. Kryptonic Swing getting past him in that Ferrari. Maybe right on the chasing down that rear diffuser though, but the gap is growing. He's 3/10 behind. Krypton's way trying to chase down his teammates, trying to chase down Bite, his teammates. Squirt, he's splitting those Alpines. Pablo plays in the mix as well. Puck still over a second for Mindset. He's got a lot of pressure building up behind him as this train starts to form. And there it goes. Squirt using the DRS to get around Pucks there. Oh, very close. I'm not sure if there was contact there or not, but it was very close.
Got a yellow flag in the back. It was Chubb Tucker. May have spun turn 3. Now, he's also got 3-second penalties, 4.5 seconds behind.
Chubb Tucker.
Orlando's also 3.7 seconds behind F1 Bacon.
Good catch there. Couple of drivers lagging behind now. Let's get our track map going. Forgot to turn that on. So Chubb Tucker and Orlando very far behind. However, Bacon up there, and that's that other big car, P17. He's still got the DRS, and if you look on the track map, look how close these dots are to each other. Everybody within DRS from P3 and P17. Chubb in the pits already. So you need to get some wing damage fixed, maybe. And Vibey, check this out, P6. Him and Squirt have dropped down. They were battling with Pucks. Pucks, though. Chubb Tucker retired in the pits. Pucks closing in on that gap to Mindset. Kryptonic swaying up there, P3. Squirt down to P4. Cam Tizzle up into P5, and that Aston Martin. Vibey, the second Alpine, he's down there, P6. Pablo plays up 7. Lead the follower 8. Metakestrel 9th. Some good salt into P10. So far, the drivers are keeping it pretty clean. I think we've had a couple of time penalties. And other than that, yeah, Chubb Tucker had a 3-second. He's already retired. So through 5 laps, he had one 3-second penalty. Lap 5 of 36. And look at this, Pucks has caught up to Mindset. 2/10 behind from a gap of 1.2 seconds. Top 4 all on the mediums. Can't fizzle up into P4 now. The Alpine's dropping down to 5 and 6. But the top 4 on the mediums. Squirt on the hards. Metakestrel on the hards. Formula Itmar down there. P16 on the hards. Both pit cars on the hards. And one of the Alpines. Everybody else starting out here in Austria on the medium tires. Now the DRS train getting extended. P1 through P17 all in the same DRS train. Orlando, the odd man out, and I don't know what happened. He just went to 0 on his interval. He's in the pits. Orlando retiring in the pits as well. That's two retirements in the first 6 laps. F1 Bacon is caught up, or he was always caught up. He's right there at the tail end, P17, but he's still in this fight. He's still got DRS. Still gonna go for a move here. Is he just kind of chilling out here at the back of the pack? Red Bull and J Supreme go wheel to wheel. Formula Itmar here. Looks like there's a little beating and banging, nothing major. Just a little contact. Slight contact between that lime green kick, that navy blue Red Bull. And Formula Itmar is going to get the pass on. That's P15 for Itmar, P16 for J Supreme now. And Bacon's still riding there. He's riding that DRS, just chilling. Pablo plays P10 in that McLaren. He's got a lot of pressure. Silent Apex behind. A little bit of a gap forming of some good salt. Here they come, the DRS open. Salt and Pablo go wheel to wheel here into turn 1. What's going to happen?
Pucks and Mindset had some contact. Squirt's going to take P1.
Squirt take
Pucks around the outside, though.
Almost 3 wide into turn 2 here. I don't know what's going on with these camera angles. They're so zoomed in. I would love to have a little bit bigger picture of what's going on. On board with Mindset. Started first. He's now down to second. Puck's back in the lead. Get a good look at the diffuser of that Mercedes. However, Squirt and that Alpine, he's back up to P3. He's not far behind, but look at this Kryptonic swing. He's getting ever closer. Just a 10th behind. And I wonder if he's going to go for the overtake here on this start straight. We got a good DRS zone coming. I don't think he's close enough. Squirt managed to make some distance there in that final corner. Meanwhile, Cam Tizzle there, P6 in that Aston Martin. Him and his teammate lead the follower. Looks like they're working together, slipstreaming with each other. Oh, a little bit of contact. Metakestrel.
Oh my god.
Hitting the back end, going wide. And ghosting out.
Metakestrel also gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting.
Corner cutting penalty for Metakestrel, and he's down to P11. Stubbly coming around the outside of Kestrel now. Doesn't look like Kestrel has any damage. And now look at this, they're wheel to wheel. And Stubbly's going to get by. P11 for Stubbly. Oh, and look at this, they're trading back and forth. Metakestrel currently in the lead, but Stubbly's not having it. They're still wheel to wheel. Stubbly cutting over in front. He's going to take that P11. That battling they've done, though, look, it's opened up a gap there to P10. 7/10 behind. Lead the follower in P7. Wheel to wheel with that other Mercedes is some good salt. A lot of tire smoke, a lot of locking up there. Very close battles here on track. I'd love to go back and take a look at that clip of Metakestrel going wide, but we've got so much going on here. Oh, by the way, for those of you watching at home, Cost Bets is live. We've got an over-under on penalty time penalties for tonight. Very easy to pick up some off tracks here. I think we're at 6 seconds currently. Be sure to get those predictions in. We got about half time remaining to do so. I think it's a 20-minute prediction. Get your channel points in. Look at this down here at 14th. Jay Supreme in that Red Bull. We got the McLaren jumping into the pits. That's DB to best into the pits. Jay Supreme almost 2-second gap to Metakestrel in 13th. And now he gets passed by F1 Bacon.
Well, you've got that going. Cost Mindset and Pucks are going at it on the back straight, on the straights here. Going wheel to wheel and trading back and forth.
Yeah, and look at, so Mindset and Pucks trading back and forth. But look at this, the Alpines back up there again. They were 3 and 4 behind Pucks. Cam Tizzle in the mix though up there. Got that Aston Martin up there in P4. Jump on board here with Cam. Get a view of this battle shaping up ahead of him. Cam started 8th. He's now up to P4. Had a pretty good race so far. Chasing out Squirt for 3rd place. Very tight battle shaping up here. Looking like a 5+ way battle for people. We got a yellow flag in sector 1. Okay, track is clear.
Squirt's going down the inside of Mindset. Mindset's going to hold that line. He says stick P2. Puck is up into P1 though.
Mindset and Squirt battling out. Look at this. Squirt, he's diving all around the track looking for an opening. We know Mindset's rapid. We know he defends well. Squirt's testing it out. Right on that diffuser that was. Oh, he's going to wheel inside. They're wheel to wheel. Mindset poking back out ahead, though. We're on lap 11 of 36, coming into the closing stages of it into sector 3 of lap 11. And these guys have been straight battling for 11 laps. It hasn't let up yet. But Mindset battling with Squirt. Look at this, allowed Pucks kind of pull ahead a little bit. He's got a 3/10 gap. They do have the DRS behind though, but it's not enough. Squirt butt drafting, it looks like there with Mindset. Trying to put that rear wing right, or that front wing right into that rear diffuser. Here we go, Mindset. He's going to get the pass done on Pucks. Here goes Squirt, wheel to wheel now into turn 2. No contact. Pucks going wide. Squirt up into P2 now. And Cam, he wants part of this action too. Look, he's jockeying. They're going 3 wide through the straight. Oh my God, what is going on here? Little contact.
Oh.
Lots of contact there. Cam just not able to rotate through that corner with the extra speed he carried. Contacted Pucks. Pretty much blocked out Squirt, and that allowed the Ferrari there. Kryptonic swing up into P4 now.
Kryptonic's now going to join the battle, and so is Vibibi right behind Squirt.
Yeah, it looks like this might be an opportunity for the Alpines to do a little regroup here. They've kind of bounced back and forth, this P5, P6, and then up into like 3 and 4. They've pretty consistently been in this area, so not, you know, they dropped a couple of positions for Squirt there, thanks to Cam, but not the end of the world. Only 13 laps into this 36-lap race. We're not even halfway done here in Austria.
Ferrari's trying to go around the outside of Cam. Cam's going to hold that inside line. He's going to have a good run out of turn 3 onto the straight. He's also got slipstream from Mindset.
And look at this one. They're 2 wide, 2 deep. Little square 4 cars there going around that turn 5. No contact this time though. Everybody kind of kept it under control. But they're staying 2 wide. Cam and Kryptonic just sticking side by side there. Here come the Alpines as well, trying to get in that mix. Meanwhile, Silent Apex, he's up at a P6 now in that Red Bull. Squirt in a P6. His teammate, he's jumping in the pits. Squirt's going to stay out.
Pucks is also in the pits there.
Pucks, Vibe, Pablo into the pits now. That gives Mindset back the lead for now, but Cam Tizzle into P2 with the wing open. Chasing Mindset down. Look at him trying to gain that slipstream. Interesting look. Okay, never mind. Looked there for a second like Kryptonic's wing was closed. And I was very confused.
He also went right and wide and got a 3-second penalty.
Kryptonic with a 3-second penalty going wide. We're riding on the Kryptonic swing. There goes, excuse me. There goes Squirt. There went Silent Apex. Kryptonic P5. His teammate Stubbly there. P6 behind. Give us another camera angle. Here we go. Helicopter Cam. Cam Tizzle into P1. Mindset, Silent Apex, Squirt, Kryptonic, P5. Just outside the P5, Stubbly in 6. Maybe these Ferraris work together. Here comes Cam into the pits.
You've got P1 through P7. P1 through P7 is all within 2 seconds of each other there.
And with the top
That's how close it is.
Into the pits now. We've got Squirt up into the lead. Silent Apex. Oh, Orlando has left the session. See if you can get a invite going to him. We've got Silent Apex in the lead. Stubbly P2. Metakestrel P3. Squirt P4. Squirt losing 3 positions through the DRS zone. They're so close together. A little more contact through that turn 5. There's enough room there to go too wide, but we've seen a little bit of bumping and banging through there. Nothing major, no damage. Maybe some hurt feelings. Squirt back up into P3. He's ahead of that kick Sauber of Metakestrel, chasing down Stubbly and Silent Apex now. But it's a very close battle, 4-way battle for the lead. Starting lap 16 now. Silent Apex leads it still. Stubbly, Squirt, Metakestrel. Lead the follower in P5. He's into the pits now. That's going to allow Pucks. Pucks has some good salt down there. P6 and 7, they're going to get by. Mail Carton, Vaibi, Pablo, Cam Tizzle, Mindset, Kryptonic Sway, all getting by lead the followers in pits now. But look at this. Squirt still rattling it out up here. He's up into P3. Him and Metacasual have been going at it for the last couple of laps. And that's not stopping anytime soon. Metacasual with the inside. Squirt hanging it around the outside. And now they're wheel to wheel again. Metacasual just has the wing over, but there he goes. Diving in. He's got the pass done. Squirt there, P5, P4 in that Alpine. Oh, we got, looked like a Ferrari into the pits there. That's Stubley. Kryptonic's pitted already. Now it's Stubley's turn. He's going to get off those mediums and onto some hards.
The only people that have not pit are your top three. Silent Apex, Metacasual, and Squirt.
Everybody else pitting already except the top three here that we're watching on screen now. In Apex, he's got to be, those hards gotta be hurting a little bit, surely, by now. I mean, you know, we've got 16 laps on those mediums. Let's see. Yeah, very even tire wear, though, for Silent Apex. But there is a good chunk of wear on those 17-lap-old mediums.
Yeah. This Metacasual also went down the inside of him.
Metacasual down the inside, Silent Apex dropping to third. Squirt up in the lead still. These three, remember, have yet to pit. Puck's F1 there, P4. He's closed the gap. It was a 12-second gap just a lap ago. He's cut it down to 8.5. And he's still closing. Two Mercedes, Pucks and good salt there, P4 and 5. Now Carton trailing in Vaibi, P7. Pablo plays P8. Cost Mindset down there in 9th. He's going to get the pass.
Metacasual ran off. And Squirt's going to hold P1. Silent Apex is going to take P2 there.
A little shuffle in the top three here. Squirt, Silent Apex, Metacasual now. Salt passing up Pucks, by the way. Pucks retaking the position. You can see this Mercedes team working together, trying to hold them off behind. Mindset's on the charge. He's up into P7. Getting the move done on Mel Carton. Now he's battling with Vaibi. That's P6 for Mindset through Sector 2, the end of Sector 2 into Sector 3.
Silent Apex dives into pits there. Metacasual and Squirt are your only two that have not pit yet.
2 left to pit, lap 19 of 36. We are over the halfway point in this race now here in Austria. Pucks continues to catch the lead pack here. Look at this, 7 seconds down to Metacasual and P2. Quite the train we have going on. Pucks, good salt, Mindset, Vaibi, Mail Carton, Pablo getting the move done on Mail Carton now. Cam Tizzle, P9, Kryptonic, P10. P3 through 10 in this pack.
Mindset's wheel to wheel with some good salt into turn 4 and trying to get that overtake. And he's done it along with Pucks.
Yeah, Mindset, we saw him. He was on the charge a minute ago. He must have burned some battery because he was down there. He had passed Carton and Pablo Plays for 8 and 7. And he's already up to 3rd. Absolutely flying. Vaibi getting the pass out on good salt as well. Now he's splitting those Mercedes boys up. Squirt finally pitting in. Metacasual in the pits as well. Mindset's going to retake the P1. You see Pucks there has a little pressure behind him. Vaibi, he wants in on this. Pucks with the DRS. Seems like he backed out of it a little bit instead of trying to push up there, get inside on Mindset. Second DRS zone now, though. Pucks is going for it. He's going to shoot around. He's going to take that P1 right at the end of the DRS zone. Free and clear now.
You have the top 8 all within 2.5 seconds of each other. Just trying to get that P1 there. Stubbly then is 6.9 seconds behind Pucks.
Yeah, top 8. 2.25 seconds from P1 to P8 there. Just a string of cars flying around the track now. And I mean, even look at this, like P10 through 16, they're all pretty tight as well. So we've got two very distinct trains now running through here. And Stubbly in that Ferrari, he's kind of out in no man's land, but that backpack is catching.
Baibi goes down the inside of Pucks into turn 3. He gets the overtake on Puck. Now going P2, he's going to be chasing down Mindset after dealing with Pucks that is now behind him. This Pablo's trying to get some action in as well.
Come on board here with Pablo. Glitchy there. We're all good. Pablo right in there, P4. Slotted in behind Pucks. Baibi getting the move done on Pucks earlier. Pablo's going to have some DRS. He's going to need a Cam Kimball coming from behind. Cam's on the charge. We're going to see him coming to frame. There he goes. That Aston Martin. Just before the braking zone, he's going to cut to the inside there. Cam up into 4th. Pablo down to P5.
Kryptonic side by side with some good salt on the outside line there. They get the overtake on some good salt. Mel Carton just trying to keep up with everyone there.
Yeah, so we saw earlier it was Stubbly and Kryptonic Swing were like P8 and 9. Stubbly's staying P9 now. Kryptonic's up to P6. And he's got good salt Mel Carton behind. And Stubbly's still just kind of out there on his own, but now Squirt has caught up. And he's chasing down Stubbly. But a 4 point, and there goes Squirt ahead of Stubbly up into P9.
It's still anyone's race.
Oh, absolutely. It's still very close. A 4.5 second gap from P9 to P8 there. Squirt to Mel Carton. That's the biggest gap we have. Well, sorry, I take that back. Formula Itmar. Down there in P17, he's got a 45 second gap to P16. But if you disregard that, well, I was going to say this 4 second gap was the largest we have, but DB the best now with a 5.7 second gap in P16. So I'm just going to shut up about the gaps. Very close.
I think
here.
you're cursing people there.
I may be. Stubbly, Squirt, Silent Apex, Metakestrel duking it out here for that P9 position. Stubbly and Squirt currently the last 2 points in this fight. Silent Apex, Metakestrel want some points though. Jay Supreme, he's closing in as well. He's within the DRS of this train. He'll be joining in here. Oh no. What just happened?
Oh no, what happened?
I don't have any. Where'd my sound go?
I couldn't tell you, but this our top 8 starting to spread apart here. Penalties currently Vibibi with a 3 second, Kryptonic 3 second, some good salt 3 second, Squirt with a 3 second penalty, and also rounding the top 10 at the moment. Metakestrel with a 9 second, lead the follower with 3 seconds. DB the best 3 seconds, and Formula Itmar with a 9 second.
Okay. Formula Inamar retiring from the race. That's 3 DNFs, all retirements in the pits. No wrecks tonight so far. Okay, if anybody watching now, if you can tell me, do we have good sound now? I think I got it figured out. But I just want to make sure that the sound is coming through. Not sure what happened here, but I think my game sound just got muted out of nowhere. Meanwhile,
Cam Tizzle has made it.
Oh no, go ahead. Sorry.
Cam Tizzle has made up 7 positions. Pucks with 2. Vibibi stays P3. Mindset has lost 3 positions. Kryptonic and Pablo stayed neutral. Some Good Saw has made up 3 positions. Melkarn 4 positions. Silent Apex 4 positions. Squirt's lost 8. Stubbly's gained 4. Metakestrel's lost 3. J Supreme has gained 5. Lead the Follower has lost 7. F1 Bacon has made up 2, and DB the Best has lost 5. So far.
So far. We're on lap 26 of 36. 26 of 36. 10 laps to go. Cam Tizzle currently leads. He's the biggest winner tonight so far. He's up 7 positions. Started P8, he's into P1. But there goes Pucks. He's got something to say about that. Meanwhile, Squirt, currently the biggest loser. No, Metakestrel. Squirt's the biggest loser. He's lost 10 positions. He's down to P11. Metakestrel and Stubbly duking it out. And we'll get back into that. Mindset in P3. He's chasing down Cam Tizzle now. Cam was up there in P1. Look, wheel to wheel. Vibe wanting to get in on this too. Trying to get a wing in. Cam managing to hold it off. He's going to hold that P2 for now. Vibe keeping the pressure on Mindset as well. And Rob, you know, this really isn't a position we've seen Mindset in very often. Trying to overtake and defending like this. You know, usually it's him and somebody else kind of trading off. You know, but nothing. Usually we don't see.
From what I've seen, it's usually just Pucks and Mindset.
Yeah, we haven't seen him have the pressure put on him like this in a long time. I feel like.
Yeah, definitely.
He's doing great in that out. He's done an excellent job piloting that Alpine tonight. Keeping it up there, P4. Here comes Cam chasing down Pucks. He's got the DRS. To the inside.
Kryptonic's trying to go down the inside of Mindset. Mindset's going to hold him off, though. Cam and Pucks are duking it out. Cam's going to hold that P1 into turn 4.
Yeah, I gave credit there to Vibe. He's down to P5 now. Kryptonic jumping up into P4. It's such a tight pack. It's going to get shuffled around a lot. But, you know, I gave Vibe a lot of credit there, but I have to give credit to Cam, man. He's done a great job running that Aston Martin. He's run the wheels off that Aston Martin tonight. Lap 27 to 36. He's up in a P1, started P8. And he's hanging here with the leaders. You know, after last week, I think we all kind of knew that it was going to be a tight tier. Everybody had a lot of pace here, and they were like very evenly matched.
What happened to Kryptonic?
Kryptonic down to P7, P8 now. Not sure what happened to him.
Gonna stay with the pack, but
yeah, but he's dropping all the way down there to P8. Still just this lead pack though. He's the last one in this lead pack. Oh, and he's ghosted. There he goes. Pucks retaking that lead. Mindset taking P2. Now Cam back down to P3. They've reshuffled again.
Pablo definitely putting the pressure on Vibe trying to overtake him.
Yeah, we saw Vibe holding the pressure on Mindset earlier. Now he's got the tables have turned. Pablo right on the back of him in that McLaren. You know, it's some good salt there in that other Mercedes. He's right there as well. Male Carton. I mean, it's top front 8 so close together. What is going on here? There we go. And then let's see.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Silent Apex is on in a world of his own, and Stubbly's leading the bottom. Oh, that's not that bad. It's 4 people together. As I mentioned, that Squirt and Metakestrel both go off into turn 1.
Squirt and Metakestrel off in turn 1. And look at this, Squirt going to the inside. They're still duking it out. They both went off. They stuck together. Squirt's going to get that move done on Metakestrel. That's P12 for him.
Doubling Jay Supreme are definitely going at it for that top 10 and for that last points position.
Let's check that out. Ferrari versus Red Bull here. Jay Supreme does not have the help of DRS at all. 3.25 seconds back from his teammate P9. Stubbly right on the back. They're just outside the DRS. Squirt is just outside the DRS behind. I don't think he's going to have it. He may, but I don't think he's going to have it here.
He doesn't have it yet.
All right, he doesn't have it.
That's definitely it.
I think we see a move here on this Ferrari versus Red Bull fight. Here comes Stubbly. He's got the wing open. Jay Supreme, I think, burns the battery. There goes Stubbly to the inside. Totally by him before turn 2, but he goes wide, trying to carry all the speed he could, and I don't think that helped his exit. It looks like we're going to see maybe a pass back. No. Jay Supreme going to hang out there. Just outside the points for now. We're on lap 30 of 36 here in Austria. Meanwhile, Cam Tizzle...
On Apex is...
Sorry, go ahead.
Don X is definitely catching up to this top 8 pack here. It'd be top 9 then. With the battling that's been going on, and
yeah, we've seen a lot of battling in this front 8. That's opened the door to these guys behind to kind of close the gap and make the train larger. Cam Tizzle back up to P1, Pucks in P2, Mindset P3 now. We've kind of seen them shuffle around this top 3. And there goes
Pucks is going to get the overtake on Cam there. Cam now has DRS. Pucks is going to try holding on. I don't know if he will, though.
No, Cam's going to get that overtake done again. He's back in the lead. Camera angle, we can kind of see Cam. He's been burning a little battery there. Looks like he's sitting on 40% battery. So he come through sector 3. Oh, it looked like Pucks got way wide on that one. Was outside of the track limits. Possibly a warning for him.
Fablo's also been putting the pressure on Vibibi for a minute now. Just trying to find a door and take to that position.
We see here we're on board with Pucks. He's going to go around Cam. It looks like Mindset, he's going to go wheel to wheel as well. Not going to get the move done. Cam's going to hold on to that P2.
Looks like Mindset has a near full battery to use. So we're on lap 32 of 36.
Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, Mindset full battery. Pucks with 50% battery. And you're looking here, this graphic here at the bottom of your screen. That's we're following along with Cam, and this is the driver ahead and behind of Cam. So Puck's ahead there, 3.5 tenths. Mindset 2.5 behind. The green means Cam's catching Pucks. He's leaving Mindset behind. Now and then the red, the opposite way. But look at this. Cam gonna have the DRS again. Does he get the overtake done? He's catching Pucks. Puck's building a little bit of battery here. He's up to 70% now from the 50 earlier. Mindset just been kind of cruising there, P3. And I think we're seeing what we've seen. We've seen Mindset do time and time again. And
as you say that, Mindset is going up to P1 there. Vibibi follows him. Now P2.
Wheel to wheel. Wheel to wheel on the race to turn 2. Or is that turn 3, I guess? Vibibi going P1.
That's really turn 2.
Vibibi up to P1.
Pucks and Cam are wheel to wheel into, what is this, turn 5? Turn 6?
6, yeah, I think 6 and 7 here. I think. Don't quote me on that. I'm so bad at quarter numbers.
Don't quote me. Yeah, same here.
But yeah, Pucks and Cam continuing to go wheel to wheel. Neither one wanting to let up. Puck slotting into that P3 now. Vibey leads the pack. He doesn't have DRS.
Mindset's going to be putting the pressure on Vibey. Trying to get that P1 as we're on lap 34, 36. We're definitely getting close to end here.
Mindset ducking around, trying to cut off Vibey's legs. But look, Vibey to the inside. They bump wheels. Vibey's going to regain that P1 back.
Puck got a 3-second time penalty. Pablo's gonna go with the inside line and this contact between.
Is that Mindset?
Yeah, yes, that's Mindset.
Down.
Dropping down.
Down to
P13, 14.
I don't know.
14.
I don't know if I caught it in time. Let's see if this. I'm gonna try and play this replay. See if we see what happened here. Nope, I caught it too late, unfortunately. I just caught the tail end of the
Mindset's just trying to scrap points now. He's going to be going very close to lead the follower into turn 9. He's going to go off a little bit. None of them trying to let up there.
Yeah, and the implications for Mindset's title race is this is going to be huge.
On the penultimate lap, Mindset has to make 3 overtakes to get into the points.
Yeah, to get it to score any points at all. And look, I mean, this is a very scrappy Mindset behind lead the follower. Jay Supreme and F1 Bacon. Oh, and lead the follower.
Lead the follower locked up.
F1 Bacon chasing down Jay Supreme there. Mindset up to P12, but him and Squirt both just outside the points. You saw Squirt running up top with Vibey a lot in the beginning stage of this race. After the pit stop, he's kind of stayed down here out of the points, but he's chasing down Metakestrel for that final points position.
Your top 10 penalties currently as we're going on to the final lap. Vibey with 6 seconds, Pucks with 3, Tonic 3, Silent 3, Mail 3, Some Good Salt 3, and Metakestrel 12, as F1 Bacon also gets a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, a lot of penalties out there tonight. Cam Tizzle up to P1. Puck's down to P4. Pablo plays into P3. And I jumped around a lot, so we'll go through Cam Tizzle, Vibey, Pablo, Pucks, Kryptonic Swing, your top 5. Pablo going wheel to wheel with Pucks here. Now wheel to wheel Vibey. As Pucks drops down to P4. Pucks go to the inside of Pablo.
Vibey.
Oh my God.
Vibey opened the door for Pucks there. Pablo's trying to get the switch back.
And look, here comes
Kryptonic is going wheel to wheel as Pablo.
It's the final
He's also
lap.
going to get the overtake on Pablo. As they go through the final corner now, Pablo is going to hold on to that P5. Pablo jumps up to P2 with penalties, actually.
Cam Tizzle with the win. Pablo P2, Pucks P3.
Kryptonic just missed out on that podium. Mindset retired?
That's what it seems.
Yeah. I don't know how long it's been since I've seen a race like that.
Cam Tizzle picking up
Hello?
driver of the day.
By who? Yeah.
Started P8.
Alright, well now I know what to do on the
Up
free.
to
You cannot run fucking hard at the beginning. Just straight up DRS time.
So your race finish is Cam Tizzle P1, Pablo P2, Pucks, and rounding out the podium P3. Kryptonic just missing out on the podium P4, Silent P5, Malkarn P6, Vaibi P7, Some Good Salt P8, Stubbly P9, and J Supreme gets that final point. Squirt P11, F1 Bacon P12 from P17. Lead the follower 13th, Metacashel 14th, DB the best 15th. Wow. Mindset 16th, Formula Itformar P17, Orlando P18, and Chubb Tucker P19. What a crazy race.
Crazy race. All right. Oh, man, what a race. That action-packed beginning to end there. So let's see if maybe we can get some podium finishers in here for some interviews. And we'll be right back. Welcome back to Contest to Speed.
Contest of speed. Contest of speed.
Contest of speed.
Contest of speed.
Contest of speed.
Welcome back to Contest to Speed.
Contest of speed. Contest of speed.
Contest of speed.
Contest of speed.
Contest of speed.
Welcome back to Contest to Speed.
Contest of speed. Contest of speed.
Contest of speed.
Contest of speed.
Contest of speed.
All right. Welcome back to Contest of Speed. We are back. We've got Cam Tizzle in the booth for the post-race interview. Cam, you started 8th, finished the race on top. How did that feel, man? That's got to be a huge dub for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in like an AM1, it's probably I can't even remember the last time I've ever gotten a race win in AM1. I don't even know if I've ever gotten a race win in AM1, to be honest with you. I know I've gotten some AM2 wins, but definitely a race I'm going to remember for a long while.
Oh yeah, I don't think anybody's going to forget this one for a while. I mean, action packed from beginning to end. Very close grid. I mean, the racing was so tight. We saw you, like I said, start at P8. We saw you work your way through the field, and then all of a sudden, there you are in the top 3. And then you're battling it out with Pucks. You're battling it out with Mindset. You guys are kind of shuffling back and forth. What was that battle there in the last 5 or 6 laps like?
I'm sorry, you cut out?
Oh, I said what was
you
that?
cut out.
What was that battle in the last 5 or 6 laps like for you?
I'd say for me it was mostly just about trying to stay as near the front as possible, just because with the everyone was so tight that into the braking zones, especially in the turn 3, you have kind of a bit of an accordion effect, and it could give open opportunities for guys behind you to maybe sneak a move in there. That definitely happened to me a lot throughout the race. So just keeping as far up in the front as possible, and then making sure I had enough ERS for the final few laps, and just kind of put myself in a position to not be the first car across the line for the final lap.
Kind of biding your time, letting it
Absolutely.
come to you. I dig it. Yeah, I mean, it seemed you had good patience, but then you had great pace. You was in there in the mix. Yeah, I mean, you Pucks, Mindset battling it out. Mindset spinning. I left you and Pucks. Vaibi was in there as well, battle. I mean, it was a very tight look. I mean, like almost like a 5-way battle for that P1 spot there, and you came out on top.
First half of the race, there was Squirt in there as well.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's anybody's race at this point. Very close. Damn, I just lost my train of thought here. Oh, Rob, you have any questions for Cam while I try to regroup on my train of thought?
Here. Not that I can think of.
Okay.
Actually, yeah. Cam, did you get bored at any point? Or what? Were you just racing the whole time? You get bored at all?
I think from start to finish, it was just nothing but action, chaos, and just amazing racing. Honestly, I mean, it sucks that the mindset got spun around or whatever. But I mean, other than that, though, it was pretty clean. I mean, for as tight as the cars were, for so many consecutive laps, the fact that nobody had some major race-ending crash is a testament to just the skill of the drivers in AM1, and then everyone's respect for one another.
Hell yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, I mean it was. I mean it was a very clean race. There were a lot of time penalties, just track limits, but other than just kind of the normal kind of bumping and banging on the wheels that we see, it didn't seem like it was nobody very everybody seemed to give space as much as possible. It was good to watch.
Yeah, it wasn't a race of who could just be the fastest. It was also who could keep it on the track the best.
Yeah, absolutely. So so we've got Saudi Arabia coming up next week. Looking forward to that one. How you feeling going into round 3 at Jeddah, Cam?
I definitely feel like I could do very well there. I don't know how qualifying is going to go. I'm not really a big qualifying guy. I mean, historically, I'm usually kind of qualifying in the midfield, but where I usually come to shine is race pace. So as long as I don't get caught up in anything, or we don't have some crazy train going on where it's just impossible to move up and down or whatever, I should be able to do fairly well.
Absolutely. Well, we're looking forward to it next week. And so with that, oh wait, we did have Pucks join. I guess let's get Pucks in here for a moment. Let's talk to him. So this is our race winner for AM1 round 2 in Austria. Cam Tizzle, congratulations once again on the win. Huge win for you.
Congrats, man.
Can't wait to see you run it next week. And
Thank you, good sir, and congrats to you, Pucks.
Thank you, brother. Good luck. congrats to you. Good job.
All right. So Pucks
Yes, sir.
finishing on the podium 2 weeks in a row. Looked like you
Mm.
were on you were in the mix there for that P1 spot. Ultimately did not get the P1. What you and Mindset battling it out. Do you have any care to shed any light on what was going on there between you and Mindset when he went out, spun out there, dropped down out of the points?
Yeah, I mean that's 100% like kind of my fault, but at the same time, I was trying to work with him, and there was sometimes people were just sending him from the back, for no reason, and just made me get a bad exit, and um, I don't even know. It was chaos at the end. I don't even remember what happened. All I know is one of the Alpines just swerved like crazy on the breaking point, made me get a 3 second time penalty. And yeah, there was too many cars in front of me. I couldn't see the breaking point, but I mean, it's 100% my fault. Should have braked earlier. Should have been more cautious. Apologize to Mindset for that. And yep.
Well, maybe stewards may be taking a look at this one later, but if they
Mhm.
don't, the huge implications I think for the title fight early on
Mhm.
here. You
Mhm.
getting a second
Yeah.
podium, and
Mhm.
Mindset. I think he ended up with points thanks to time penalties, but he's down there kind of in the bottom points. So
Mhm.
here's a chance here for you to create a big gap. So uh, how are you just looking to capitalize on this? I guess. How do you feel going into Jeddah next week?
Oh, Jeddah, my favorite track of all time. So I'll definitely put in some extra work for sure, trying to get that win under my belt for this season. Yeah, just I mean, just gonna take it one race at a time, really. But next week is gonna be special for sure in Jeddah. So looking forward to that, and looking forward for a fight again.
Yeah, I think we'll all be looking forward to it. We've said it
Mhm.
before. Like this grid is so tight. I
Mhm.
don't remember the last time since I've started doing comms for AM1. I can't remember any other season where the grid has been this tight, just front to back.
Mhm. Mhm.
Definitely seems like it's going to be tough work like over the course of the season. You got so many people competing.
Mhm.
Does that make it harder for you, or do you think that makes it easier because it's not just more competition for you, but more everybody's competing, so it doesn't let somebody just run away with it? Does that make it easier, or just having to fight so many people, does that make it harder?
Well, it definitely makes it more interesting for sure. You don't want to have that one driver just uh, taking just the lead, uh, like just running away with the championship by the middle of the season. So it's gonna be a fun season for sure. It's very tight, and yeah, it's not gonna be easy. Even like you said, we have a very tight pack here in AM1. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and looking forward to next week.
Yeah, I think we are as well. So once
Hmm.
again, congratulations to you on
Thank you.
that podium finish. Congratulations, Cam, on the win. And Pablo did not join us tonight, but congratulations to Pablo for his podium finish as well. And with that, that's going to close out our interviews. Um, just a little normal housekeeping before we close out for the night. If you like what you saw on track, would like to be a part of this on track action, exclamation point Discord in the Twitch chat will provide you a link to the Contest to Speed Discord. Come sign up, be a part of the community. We've got racing for all skill levels, American and European tiers. We'd love to have you join. Even if you're not interested in racing competitively, we've got a pretty strong social race scene, and it's just a great community to be a part of. Other F1 and gaming enthusiasts. So exclamation point Discord in the Twitch chat will provide you a link to it. On top of that, there at the bottom of our screen here, you can see we've got our socials listed. Contest of Speed on YouTube, contest underscore speed on Instagram. We've been really putting some work into our TikToks here lately. Check us out on TikTok, contest of speed underscore. Uh, yeah, come follow along. We've got, like I said, the social media team. They've been killing it on TikTok here lately. Come follow us there as well. Of course, follow us here on Twitch. Drop a follow and be sure to join us for all the racing action. We'll be coming to you next week from Jeddah. That'll start Wednesday night, 9 p.m. UK time. with EU2, following up 9 p.m. Eastern time for AM2. And then next Thursday, we'll be here for EU1 and AM1, 9 p.m. UK and Eastern, respectively. With that being said, I'm Electric Entre, signing off for my co-host, Rob's boy.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
Yeah, wrong guy.
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Signing off for my co-star,
No,
Rob's
I'm not 80
boy.
years old.
All right,
I'm not
or
80.
British. You're not 80 or British. So
That
I'll get it
is
right this
true.
time. Signing off for myself, Electric Entre, and my co-host, Rob's boy. Shout out to our podium finishers, Cam Tizzle, Pucks, and Pablo. I'm Electric Entre. Thanks for joining us here on Contest of Speed. We'll see you next week. Welcome back to Contest of Speed.
Contest of speed. Contest of speed.
Contest of speed.
Contest of speed.
Contest of speed.